I am Karen Stickney, or as you probably know me, Ground Zero, case, whatever. Okay, so I am at this point, and looking back, I find it hard to believe. Because as a child, we had almost non-existent dental care. I know my parents did the best they could with what they knew how to do. But they were trying to raise 7 kids, and my dad was a janitor, my mom was a cashier. So they did the best that they could. But that included taking us to what I can best describe as a sadistic dentist. This guy would say things. I mean, I know y'all probably have heard horror stories, but I am standing here as one who, we would go to him, and when he would pull our teeth, he would say, "That's what you get for not brushing. That's what you get." And I know, looking back, that there was some teeth he could have saved, but he pulled them all. Before I got out of high school, I had a full upper denture. And as you can imagine, being that young, I started to lose bone, and over time, you know, the dentures had to be replaced and different things, and, you know, because they would just cease to fit. And I was constantly, I didn't know at the time until I got to the master, I didn't know that I was losing bone, and I rarely took them out because I didn't want anybody to see me like that. I felt so ashamed of what I had allowed to happen to my mouth, because ultimately that was my responsibility. My mother would say, "Go brush your teeth," I'd go sit in the bathroom and read a magazine. So it's like that was my responsibility. But then what happened when we moved to Atlanta some 15 years ago, my husband comes home and says, "I found this great dentist," and I'm thinking, there are no great dentists. They're only mean and sadistic and crazy dentists. And so at the time, yeah, and then, yeah, okay. But then I started thinking, no, you can go if you want to. I'm not going. And he finally, with the aid of who was then the receptionist, Alice, she kept calling me on a personal basis and saying to me, "Karen, Dr. Mills is so nice. He'll be gentle. He really won't hurt you. If he's hurting you, he'll do something to stop hurting you. So please come." And I'm like, okay. So I'm thinking, stop talking, lady, I'll make an appointment. And I did that several times and never showed up. I canceled probably 2 or 3, maybe 4 times before I actually got in here. And they started cleaning my teeth, and it wasn't like what they should have done was like gasp in horror, like, you know, recoil like you do in the movies. But what they did is said, "Okay, here's what we're going to do." It was very gentle, and I was ashamed and a little bit of pain because I had not had good dental care. And sometimes I would just be crying. They would completely stop working until I felt like they could go on. So we go over that, and finally Dr. Mills starts to talk about, okay, you're going to live a long time. You're going to be healthy. You need to have a healthy mouth. And I'm thinking, yeah, fine. Yeah, great. And he makes this 20-page plan and sends it home with me, and we talk to, you know, my husband. My husband's like all gung-ho, yeah, we need to do this. Dr. Mills, yeah, we need to do this. I'm like, hold it. You know, this was a very involved process. And finally, about 3 years ago, we really gelled a plan to do this. And it involved a bone graft from my hip to a sinus lift. And then, well, you know all of this. I'm telling you stuff you've already gone over. But then we go through this whole process, and I have to tell you that as we worked through it, I started to believe what a difference this was going to make. And keep in mind too, I mean, I can't stress this enough, that the comfort level that I had and the absence of pain, this was a whole new experience for me as far as dentistry. And then when we finally finished a couple of weeks ago, and I go home, and as you watch me today, one of the things you probably thought was, why can't she stop smiling? And it's because I am so thrilled with the outcome, because it was a long journey, but I put myself in the hands of Dr. Mills and his extremely competent staff, and not just other dentists, but everybody from the receptionist, from Harry, from everybody who worked in the office. And I have to add this, that whole support system is critical, because every single person that I encountered, from walking in this office, from asking anybody anything, there was nothing but pleasant of support, and like just a really like kind of a giving of themselves. It was like we were all on the same team. And as I stand here right now with these 10 implants and this Frankenstein-ish process that we went through, Dr. Mills was totally keeping me updated and saying, okay, this is unusual because, and telling me this, that, and the other. But what happens is, it doesn't really matter to me, all of the stuff that's in my head and all that. What matters is, I stand before you feeling natural and whole, and feeling better about myself, and feeling like I no longer have to worry that, and if you've ever known anybody that's worn dentures for a long time, it's bound to happen. They're gonna drop. Something's gonna happen, they're gonna drop. I don't care what you do. And my first thought was always, did anybody see it? And if they saw it, can I like kind of, you know, like smooth this over so that I don't feel like such a weird sensation here. But I never have to have that concern again. And that's why I can't stop smiling.